mad at Glinda, but I'm glad she knew her place, you know? She knew damn well her ass was not gonna be able to keep up with Elphaba on the run. Can't even use a wand. What you talking about? Go on the run with you? I don't even really like you like that. I love a form of self-awareness. But it's hard for me to like Glinda knowing the outcome that she receives versus the outcome that Elphaba receives. You become the face of Oz. You get everything Elphaba is essentially supposed to have because you don't got a moral conscience. That's not to say that she ain't actually have a moral conscience because she did feel things. The dance, she showcases a little form of resentment, and it's only because she gets something that she wants. Green, you ain't that bad. Damn, I ain't had to do you like that. But then she kind of fucks up the empathy appeal within that scene by consciously confirming that she's aware Elphaba has always been uncomfortable. When Fiero's like, damn, that girl don't give a fuck. Glinda's like, actually, she does. She just pretends not to. Bitch, you knew that I was uncomfortable, but you still making my life uncomfortable. There's just such an interesting appeal to the white savior complex because it's something that people can't help but to defend. Because at the end of the day, the intentions are always good. And the sad truth is, Glinda was always going to be the white savior of Elphaba. Because regardless, she was always going to be the key to Elphaba being accepted. Whether that meant Glinda met her off first bop and was like, yo, I fuck with you for real. Green and all. The entirety of the world was gonna be like, I fuck with you. Or just playing out the way that we saw enemies to friends. End of the day, the moment that Glinda flips her hair and is like, I like you, the entirety of the school is going to accept her. The issue that I pick up with Glinda though is that she couldn't accept herself. Elphaba is the star, baby. She's the heart of the film. She's a story. But more importantly, she's the star of the school. Academically, I did not see nobody else in Oz doing shit. Glinda was not smarter than Elphaba. Glinda didn't have as much powers as Elphaba. She could not articulate herself the way that Elphaba could. Popularity is the only thing that this girl had above her. When you start to look around at the scenery in the film, even from the beginning of Elphaba getting to school, when she sees the frogs on the lake, when she sees the trees on the vine, the world is filled with green and everything else is an accessory. If there was a wall, there was a green vine on it. If it was the floor, there was some grass on it. Sure, there was a couple like pink and all that stuff, but green was such a foundation of like everything around them, whether they meant to do that or not. So when you look at these two and you start to look at their relationship, especially how it progressed in the movie, you start to see that Glinda is nothing more than an accessory to Elphaba. She is nothing more than a wand. Less than that, honestly. The girl is comedic relief. That's why I love essentially the representation of the child Elphaba. Seeing herself as she falls to the ground all by herself, the pressure of everything going on, and most importantly, doing it alone. Had Elphaba and Glinda always had this relationship, always known each other since like kids or something, it would have made sense for Elphaba to be scared. But she looked at herself and she was like, girl, you've been alone your whole life and you've gotten through it. This girl ain't have nobody by her side except for herself, not even her sister. And fuck her sister too. If that's the Wicked Witch of the East, thank God that house fell on her. Because you would think you understand what it's like to be treated differently, but they still treat you better than me. You don't even pull up for me. And the realization that she can do so much more than anything these people can provide her, she had to also remember that she's been her only savior. That's real. I fuck with that.